Data provider helps you to write data-driven tests, which essentially means that the same method can run multiple times with different data sets. So what does that mean? It means whatever test data you are providing it, your test will run for all the data. Okay, so let's start with the example. So I have created a data provider which is done by having an data provider annotation over any method which contains your test data. So here in this method I have a return type of object array which contains our test data, which is genre and its movie name. And let's run this test. So in order to run the test, you'll have to provide you have that data provider attribute, and in that attribute you'll have to write the name of the method, or you can write you have that one more attribute of name, where you can specify the name of your data provider. Let's suppose A. So let me run in this way first. First I will run it with the method name. So I ran it once, and you see it ran for 3 times. Oh man, it ran it for, oh, I'm sorry, let me run it again. So yes, it ran for 5 times as we have 5 data sets. So irrespective, whatever data set you are putting into, it will run for all the data sets. What you will have to do is just provide at the data provider annotation, and in your test just provide the name of your method, or what I was telling you earlier was at the rate. You can provide one more attribute of at the data provider annotation, which is name. So you can write it in this way also, name equal to A. So when you run it, it will fetch the data provider and run it according to your data provider name. So okay, you can also put your data provider in different class, but for that you have a attribute called data provider class, which you will have to provide. So I have created one data provider class here, and in that I have provided the name of data provider in different class. Okay, so I am using this name and this class to get this data. So here at the red test I have provided the data provider name and the class, and when I will run it, you'll be seeing all the data get executed at once. 6 tests are executed as we have 6 data sets here. Okay, you can also do one thing, like based on method you can execute your data. Like if I want to execute if I have a genre of comedy, so I created one comedy function and provided the data provider method here, which is this guy, name equal to data provider method, and I have created in a function I have added a parameter method which is a reflection method, and from there I fetch my name of the method, and if it's comedy then return my comedy movies, and if it's horror then return my horror movies, and if it's neither comedy nor horror, so then return bad genre. So when I will run this comedy method, it will run get the data for only comedy. You see, you all know liar, liar, American Pie and all. Okay, So it ran the comedy movies. And if when I will be running horror method, it will fetch the data of horror. So one more important thing is in here is where I put the parallel equal to true. Okay, so what does that mean? By default we have data provider thread count equal to 10. So there are 10 threads to run the data provider. Okay, so when you will do it parallelly, it will execute like all the threads will be executed parallelly, and it will fetch any data irrespective of their order. So okay, let me run it in this way in order to show you the difference. Okay, I am just increasing more data set to show you the parallelism. So here you see first Austria got executed, then Conjuring 2 executed, and so on. So order is not parallel, like order is not maintained here just because of putting the parallel equal to true. You can also increase the size of thread count in this XML. Like from the XML you can in the suite you have an attribute called data provider thread count, from where you can increase the thread count limit. So what happens if I remove parallel equal to true? By default, which means by default the parallel equal to false is present. So in this way it will execute the data sequentially, like Conjuring, Augia, Grudge, then one. You see the data is sequential. Okay, so that's all for the data providers for now. In next demo I'll be telling you about expected exception in @test annotations. Thanks.